Good way to start the morning.
Oh yeah, that's refreshing. I think I've become a morning person. Still don't love waking up, but once I'm up early, I enjoy it. This morning we have scrambled eggs, bacon, bell peppers, and some hash browns.
Having a little extra time in the morning to not feel rushed and feel like I can really take my time and be intentional with each thing that I'm doing, that feeds into in between each pitch during the game too, and what I'm doing with those 15 seconds that I'm allotted, and the thoughts that I'm allowing myself to have, and what kind of cues I'm giving myself in those moments.
His determination and his perseverance are probably the two character qualities that I would say not proud of, but impressed by. I feel like if I say I'm proud of him, that kind of implies that I have some role in that, and I think that I'm more impressed by the things that he's achieved because of his perseverance and his determination to succeed.
I've always wanted to journal, and I've tried a bunch of different methods, and I never really found anything that stuck. Once I started working with Brian Kane, my mental skills coach, he kind of gave me a format, practice some reflection, practice some gratitude, and then set some intentions for the day. So a lot of times I'm writing very similar stuff every single day, but that's kind of what I like about it is repetitive. You keep telling yourself these things over and over and over again, they start to click in your brain. You start telling yourself these things when you're not writing them down too. It's been a good way to build and break habits.
That peacefulness and that stillness is very intentional, and part of the reason that I try to be as organized and as efficient as possible. I think finding ways to control your environment and be able to be the pace setter instead of having to always adapt to the pace that's being set for you is a very valuable tool and a very valuable resource to be able to kind of have in your back pocket.
Red light's good for inflammation. I don't know the exact science behind it, but I have some very smart people that I trust that do know all the science and recommend it highly. I've always tried to get up and have some sort of stretching, mobility, activation routine in the mornings. I'm pretty long and lanky, so making sure that I move right is very important to making sure my mechanics stay clean and making sure I'm able to lift safely and properly, and I just feel better when I'm doing this stuff.
A pretty typical day. I'd say that today is probably my busiest day of the whole week because I'm going to hit everything. I'll have a workout today, I have treatment today, and then we'll also go throw. I really enjoy this process of scheduling my days and putting in as much work as I think I possibly can. Just trying to be one day better every single day, and if you can add that up over, for us, an off season of 4-ish months or so, that's a lot of ground that you can gain.
Oh, yeah, I remember very clearly, and that was, John probably told you that story. We went to work with John at his house. He was doing lessons in his backyard, and his warm-up routine was jumping rope, and so Matthew did that day and was not, super good at it. It's something he hadn't done before. We got in the car to go home, and he asked me if I'd take him to the sporting goods store. As soon as we got, and I was like, why? And he said, well, I want to go buy a jump rope. So we stopped on the way home from that lesson, picked up the jump rope. He had another lesson, I think, the following week. And he went out in the backyard, and I think I have video on my phone of him jumping rope because he was doing it every day. And we went back for the next lesson a week later, and he was like, double jumping and crossing over. Once he set his mind to, accomplishing a task or getting good at something, he was going to work at it until he had mastered it.
It's so much easier for me than the bear crawls. I grew up out of shape. I wasn't the most fit kid, and that weighed on me quite a bit. And so I took it upon myself and tried to take ownership of that and say, you know, if I don't like this, then I should make a change and I should do something about it. And that was kind of the beginning of my obsession with understanding my body and how it works and what I can do to change it and make it adapt. And every year that's just kind of evolved, and it will continue doing that because it's never a finished product, and it's a constant evolution. It's easy to show up and kind of have the mindset of like, well, I'm just going to keep crushing myself and showing up and I'll push through it. And that's good for some people, but I think in our profession and in our industry, we're looking to get the most out of our body. And that also means getting the most out of recovery so that you are able to do more when you show up for the workout. I'll try and get in here and do some of this.
Yes.
And some of it grabs on me pretty good, but then also some of it feels like I just like run into an endpoint or it's a little pinchy and like
Have you ever had a time where this wasn't that weird?
I get better at hugging myself.
Like, bro.
Some self-love.
Okay. A little high. So just think of it this way. You want your elbows to be in line with each other. That's it. Whatever you got to do to figure that out. Okay. That's actually decent.
So like I still get a tiny bit at the end, but I feel like it's cleaner.
Yeah.
And I feel like my hips are starting to move a little better.
Okay.
This way feels great.
Yeah.
I'm an all in or all out kind of guy. I'm not a dip my toe in the water, test it a little bit, see if I want to do it. If I'm going to do something, I'm diving in head first. Understanding your body and how it moves and how it works are all aspects that can help you be better at this game. And you know, I happen to also really enjoy those apart from the game.
You didn't always have this, so that tells me it's likely more neurological in nature and that this is like a sensation. For whatever reason, these things feel more tight. So I'm gonna create a new sensation. I'm not actually changing tissue. Because from an evidence perspective, the tissue doesn't change in response to directly what I'm doing. It's indirect. It's how the brain responds to what I'm doing.
So you're just placeboing me into believing you're actually doing something.
Is it placebo?
Not if it works.
Probably, exactly. Like, did that change it for you?
That's better. I feel nothing here. I feel like
Great.
at end range, I still run into it, but
For
end
sure.
range is further.
And that is all in a day's work, my friend. Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was great.
Yeah.
Tell me about the moment of discovery.
So that's got to be the picture of him when he was 5 years old at Chase Field. We were at Chase Field, it was just the two of us. We went to a game together. They used to have tunnels or cages where you could go throw against a radar gun. And he got up in front of the radar gun, he got 3 free pitches, and he hit 40 miles an hour. Which I knew for a 5-year-old was unusual, and the people all watching certainly knew it because he had a little bit of a crowd around him. I just recognized that that was something different, that he had some ability that was maybe unusual for a 5-year-old. And that was the first time I think that I recognized something a little bit different.
You know, I got pictures of me at 3 years old playing t-ball, wearing a big league team logo on the hat, thinking that, I'm going to play in the big leagues one day. And here I am playing in the big leagues. And, sometimes you got to take a step back and realize that, like, you're living 90% of every kid's dreams. How's it going? Ooh, fresh cut. I've been working with John since I was 11. He's different in the best way possible, and that's what I fell in love with, because if I'm the same as everybody else, there's nothing unique about me. You might as well move on to the next guy.
So I got to go to one of his club ball practices when he was around 11 years old, go out and work with all the guys and do bullpens and that kind of fun stuff. And then we kind of hit it off from there, started doing private lessons, and look at him now. It's crazy.
Getting to the big leagues was really the first time that I faced a good amount of failure, a consistent amount of failure. And never once did I turn to my family or John and they, think, hey, maybe this isn't for you or you can't do it. The feedback that I got was the same as all of my good outings. Keep going, keep your head up, you got this. It's always been positive. And to have people that are able to help you see it when you might not be able to see it yourself, is certainly very beneficial. I don't even know how to describe it. How would you describe it?
It's like a spaceship neurologically.
You know, in season, you're also facing the best hitters on the entire planet. And so if you're lost in your own head about tinkering with mechanics or pitch shapes or grips, you're already putting yourself behind the 8 ball, and these guys get paid a lot of money to do what they do too. So I think the off season is the perfect time to kind of take that step out of competition mode, start to break things down, be able to tinker a little bit, and then as you ramp back up heading into spring training, you start to lock those things in and you turn back into that competition mode.
I'd say this is like cruising speed, trying to feel the ball coming out of our fingertips, get ready for about 2 weeks from now, really starting to pick it up and getting into a legit throwing program.
It might be the most technically based position, and so you need someone who, one, understands your own body and your own mechanics and the kind of language you speak when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Well, I think a couple of those ones that are off, it's like 2 over it versus like more meat off, like you talked about.
And you also need someone that can help kind of nudge you in that right direction and give you some guidance when you're not sure which way to turn. And that's, you know, John has been invaluable for me in that realm.
I mean, how you guys met?
So we met through mutual friends in high school. I cannot.
Mutual friends.
Our senior year
Bonfire.
of high school. No,
then you
say the
Snapchatted
bonfire
me.
part. We're really gonna put that out, that I Snapchatted you?
Yeah, you made the first move.
Okay.
You don't want to put that
No,
out there?
it's okay. We can do that.
So our senior year of high school, I played baseball with a buddy that knew her and some of her friends. And after a baseball game one night, we picked them up, ended up going back to her house for a bonfire. That was kind of when I noticed her. I left, and so I was told that she asked our mutual friend for my contact information and reached out to me to make sure that I made it home all right. So, you know, she made the first move, credit to her. And then about 2-3 weeks later, I asked her to be my girlfriend, and we've been dating ever since.
I knew nothing about baseball. I think before I met him, I had gone to one baseball game with my brother, but other than that, I knew nothing that was going on during the game. When he told me that there was a possibility that he could be drafted, I looked at him and I said, to the military? But no, then he explained it, and baseball became our life.
I don't know how many big league starts I've made that she isn't there at the end of it. I don't even know what it feels like to go back to an empty house after a good or a bad start. After a great start, it's amazing to go celebrate with her. And after a bad start, you know, it's nice to have somebody to distract me from that and, you know, help me kind of flush that and move on and realize is that there's more to life than whether or not I pitched good that night.
I just think his loyalty and his heart, I think his heart was one of the biggest things that I fell in love with. Just how much he cared for people, how much he cared for me. His determination to, if he set his mind to do something, he was going to do it to his best ability. Just a good human being.
When we moved into this house, you know, we said that this could be a forever home.
These pictures are all from our wedding. We moved into this house a year and a day ago from today. But when we moved in, we were thinking about what we wanted to do for a venue, and we walked out the backyard and we're like, this is a very nice backdrop. Why don't we do it here? These pictures here are out in the desert. The ones that are inside are in our RV garage, and then the ones with the pallets in the background are right in the middle of our backyard.
Yeah, and these are in the empty lot right next door to our house. So we literally just walked out our back gate, and then we took our pictures right there while everybody was coming in for cocktail hour.
We like to host and have friends and family over, but it was a little tough to do that with the space we had previously, so this kind of kitchen and living room setup gives us the space to do that and have lots of people over here. For our wedding, we did, I think, 40 or 45 people, and it actually felt pretty empty just because the space holds that many people so well. We get to you know, immerse ourselves in this indoor-outdoor area here. You know, we've had upwards of 15, 20 people over, each making their own little pizzas on a little conveyor belt right here. And then for our wedding, we had Fabio on Fire, restaurant locally here. The guys from Italy come out and use our pizza oven to make pizzas for our wedding, brought a whole gelato cart that we had out here also.
We actually said I do right in the middle of that turf area. That's where we had our ceremony.
being able to get married in the place that we could also potentially raise a family in one day, I think that that means a lot to the both of us.
Absolutely.
This is definitely an unfinished space, but I think it'll probably be a constant work in progress. We got the golf simulator, which is kind of my fun little venture for the off season.
It's good you have the women's clubs for Mom too.
No, no.
She's been
We are
practicing
all
all morning.
swinging.
She had my
Yeah.
clubs in the backyard.
Did you?
No.
No.
I was like, that's awesome.
We live 5 miles apart, so it's a 10-minute drive. We try to see him as much as we can in season, but obviously that's traveling and he's busy. And so I really enjoy the fact that we have a couple months out of the year that we're so close and we can spend a lot of time together. Matthew, how's my form?
Good so far. Dad was coach for me most of my life until I got to high school. He was the one that would flip me balls or throw me short hops or play catch with me and catch my knuckleballs when I was still throwing them.
Well, because I feel like I'm doing this. I'm trying
Exactly what you're doing.
to get the shoulders into it.
We joke about it still to this day that sometimes I'd beg him to go give me 5 minutes in the backyard, and some days he'd beg me to go give him 5 minutes in the backyard, and that turned into an hour or 2 hours.
So am I looking there or am I looking here?
Well, you want to look here to make sure it's in the hitting zone, and then look there to make sure those green arrows are next to the ball.
Okay.
I wrote a speech in high school for our senior banquet for my mom, and I said that she was the best behind-the-scenes act that anybody's ever seen. She woke up every morning and made sure that I had a hot breakfast and a hot lunch to take to school, and I had transportation to and from school, to and from practice, anywhere that I needed to go. Without both of their helps in their own respective ways, I don't see any way that I am where I am today.
Hey!
Perfect.
That was good. We did everything I feel like we could have to prepare him, not to play pro ball, but to be a responsible adult, a good human being, a decent person. I actually have a picture that's framed on the wall that Matthew gave me, and it's a shadow box, and it's something that I had said to him long ago, which was, it's the job of every parent to raise a child that doesn't need them. And the irony is, it's hard to accept when you've done a good job. They made the shadow box for me with that quote and said, nobody's done a better job than you. So it's something I'm very proud of. It's one of those things that it hits you in different ways all the time. I think I'm used to the idea that he's a Major League Baseball player, and then it kind of takes me by surprise, and I'm like, it's something I still haven't gotten used to.
I'm definitely a big thinker. I think about life a lot. I think about how I've gotten to where I am right now and how I can continue to make adjustments and adaptations to continue to put myself on the path that I'd like to be on. I fell in love with this game when I was 3 or 4 years old, and growing up, this is everything that I've ever wanted to do. And I think that when you feel that strongly about something, there is a certain amount of sacrifices that you're gonna have to make if you do want to do it at the highest level and you want to be one of the best at it, which I absolutely do. The challenge is, can I show up every day and feel like I gave everything that I have? And if you can do that day after day, month after month, year after year, all of a sudden you're gonna look back and realize how much ground you've gained in that amount of time. I used to take pride in the fact that I felt like it was all my responsibility and that I could do it all for myself. And what I've come to realize is that it really does take a village. And you see that for every player that's made it to the big league level. It's not just the coaches that we have there, or the pitching coach that I work with during the season, or the mental skills guy that I work with. It's my parents, it's my wife, it's my little brother, it's this team that I have during the off season, it's the team that I have in season. You shouldn't have to go through it alone. The collective group of minds is certainly a lot stronger than one standing alone.